Hello, graduates from the School of Business, class of 2021. Welcome, and welcome back to campus. We're so glad you're here. My name is Wayne Edwards, Professor and Chair of American Studies, Media and Communications. I've also had the pleasure of serving in several administrative posts here at Old Westbury, including Dean of Students, Vice President for Student Affairs, Chief Diversity Officer, Vice President for Institutional Advancement, and Executive Director of the Old Westbury College Foundation. So I thank our President, Dr. Timothy Sams, our Provost, Dr. Duncan Qualis, and Ms. Danielle Collins-Groner, Chair of our Commencement Committee, for asking me to do the honors of greeting you today. It's a privilege that I do not take lightly. That said, once again, welcome, graduates of the class of 2021. As I prepared my notes, I inadvertently almost wrote welcome students, and then quickly realized that after Sunday's commencement ceremony, you are no longer students. You are now officially alumni of the college, so give yourselves a round of applause. I also extend greetings to faculty, staff, administrators, members of the College Council, the College Foundation, and friends of the college who are with us today, either in person or virtually. And last but not least, I extend greetings to your families, your friends, and other loved ones who have supported you throughout your impressive academic journey. Please make some noise to show them your love and appreciation. Okay, now I have to say one thing. Now I'm from the Bronx, okay? So when we say make some noise, we make some noise, right? So please make some noise to show them love and appreciation now. Okay, that's more like it. There you go. Okay, it is my distinct pleasure to introduce someone who is not only a dear friend and colleague, but more importantly, someone who holds a special place in the Old Westbury family. Laura Anker is a distinguished service professor of American Studies and director of the First Year Experience and Community Action Learning and Leadership programs. The CALL program has earned Old Westbury a place on the President's Higher Education Community Service Honor Roll every year since its inception in 2007. Dr. Anker is co-editor of the Ethics of Engagement, Educating Leaders for a Just World, co-author of Women of Courage, a study of Jewish and Italian immigrants in New York, and has published peer-reviewed articles and presented papers at national and international conferences on the importance of civic engagement and community learning for retention, intercultural understanding, social activism, and effective global citizenship. Not only is Dr. Anker an amazing academician, she's also a community leader and a frequent speaker on issues of education and immigration. Dr. Anker was elected to the East Hampton Union Free School District for 7 terms, that's 21 years, and served both as its president and vice president, as well as serving on the executive committee of the East Hampton Group for Good Government. In 2018, Laura Anker was honored by the Old Westbury College Foundation with the Leadership Award, and in 2019, was awarded the Outstanding Experiential Educator for Higher Education by the National Society for Experiential Education. And I'm guessing you can tell I could go on and talk more and more about her accolades, but rather than do that, I'd rather invite her up to say her words, so please give her a warm welcome, Dr. Laura Anker.
Thank you, Wayne, Dr. Edwards, Danielle Collins-Groner, Dr. Sams, and all the other administrators, staff, people working who have made this event possible. And thank you to our students. Congratulations. Oh, so sorry. Congratulations to our new alumni, to the graduates of the class of 2021, the largest graduating class in Old Westbury's history. Give yourself a round of applause. While we were able to honor you virtually in Sunday's grand formal graduation with all its pomp and circumstance, we are also so happy to be able to celebrate your achievements in these small, more personal ceremonies on Old Westbury's beautiful campus. And just tell me how many of you are happy to be back here today. I will tell you that I am so thrilled to be on this gorgeous campus in this beautiful spring day. Although health precautions imposed by COVID-19 prevent your parents, extended families, and extended others from being in this room with us today, we're live streaming these festivities, and you'll also be able to take pictures with your families and others and faculty if they want outside so that you can memorialize this occasion. I know that as the greatest cheerleaders, they join us in applauding your achievements, academic, that is, your parents, join us in applauding your achievements, academic, personal, and civic, the ways you have grown and the obstacles you have overcome to graduate from Old Westbury. Without their love and support, you would not be college graduates and master's degree holders. So please join me in applauding them. Born out of the struggles for civil rights and economic, racial, and gender equality in the 1960s, Old Westbury is a young college with a long tradition of commitment to diversity, equity, inclusion, educational empowerment, active learning, community engagement, and leadership for change. From its inception, Old Westbury was committed to providing an elite liberal arts interdisciplinary education in a democratic context, to educating those who had been traditionally bypassed by American higher education: women, students of color, immigrants, working class young people, and older adults. By graduating, you demonstrate that you have, in the words of Adrienne Rich, claimed this very special college education. And those of you who have been working so hard for 4 years, for 5 years for your master's degrees, know that an education is something that you don't receive. Even though your parents might say, or other people might say, we gave you the gift of an education, it's not something you can receive as a gift. It's something that you had to work for, that you had to be actively engaged in getting, that you had to claim. So many of you represent the first generation in your families to graduate from college. Most of you have worked, often too many hours, to help support yourselves while in college and to contribute to your families. Your graduation itself challenges the widening economic and racial divide in American society. By being here today and in your contributions to your families and communities, you personify Mahatma Gandhi's often quoted phrase, "You must be the change you wish to see in the world." I know that the faculty, administrators, and staff gathered here today share my respect, admiration, and even awe at the enormity of your accomplishments. Graduating from college is a major achievement in normal times, but you have persevered under the most challenging of circumstances. A worldwide pandemic that has ravaged our nation and the globe, forcing you to complete the last year and a half of your college education remotely. Despite the difficulties of a transition to virtual learning, you have excelled academically and contributed as tutors, teaching assistants, college and community ambassadors, assistants in tax preparation, poll watchers, essential workers, and so much more. You are leaving us to continue your education in graduate programs and professional schools, or to begin your careers in finance, marketing, social media as accountants, entrepreneurs, and forensic accountants. Knowing that education is the essential foundation of a democratic society and engaged global citizenship. As college graduates, you will enjoy more rewarding careers and earn at least $1 million more over your lifetime than those whose highest degree is a high school diploma. But your Old Westbury liberal arts education will continue to enrich your lives in so many more important ways than money, making you happier, and research shows that college graduates report being happier throughout their lives, and transforming your careers, your friendships, your ideas, your values and communities, the person you are and whom you will become. I can testify that learning from the differences and similarities in your voices and stories, inside and outside the classroom, has shaped my life and who I am as a teacher, historian, community activist, friend, spouse, mother, and grandparent. And I will say that it has shaped, you have shaped, the lives of my children as well, and of my grandchildren, because we bring to them who we are, and who I am is part of, you are part of who I am. So we do pay it forward. You are graduating from college at a particularly difficult time for our nation, during a global pandemic which has taken so many lives and accentuated the problems of racism and inequality that have plagued our country from its inception and continue to undermine our democracy and our humanity. But you, the Old Westbury graduating class of 2021, make this also a time of great hope and optimism for the future. The unique diversity of Old Westbury has enriched your classrooms and challenged all of you to listen more fully, reflect more deeply, think more critically, decide more ethically, care more intensely, love more broadly, and act more courageously and compassionately in everything you do. It has taught you, in the words of Martin Luther King, that an injustice anywhere is an injustice everywhere. As Old Westbury graduates, you know that the greatest measure of success, and I think the greatest measure of happiness, is the contributions you make to the community. You have learned from the different experiences and perspectives of your classmates and faculty to speak out and act against racism, sexism, inequality, cruelty, to break that silence and bridge some of those differences between us. As Audre Lorde reminds us, for it is not difference which immobilizes, but silence. To a divided nation and world torn apart by racism, hate, inequality, anti-immigrant prejudice, and the decimation of the environment, you bring the ideals and values expressed in Old Westbury's historic social justice mission. Access and equity, inclusivity, critical thinking, empathy, creativity, intercultural understanding, lifelong learning, and civic activism, a commitment to building a more just and sustainable world. As graduates, you have become part of Old Westbury's history, but you also join the family of global alumni, 31,000 people strong, who will shape the college's future. We look forward to staying in touch and connected as you embark on your life journeys, and hope that you will channel the magic of Old Westbury to the problems of your communities, our nation, and the world, today and in the future. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2021. Now, it is my great honor and pleasure to introduce our new president, Dr. Timothy E. Sams. Dr. Sams began his tenure as the 6th president of Old Westbury in January 2021, amid the COVID-19 pandemic, protest, political unrest, and the college's pivot to virtual learning. Quite a brave thing to do. Dr. Sams brought with him 3 decades of experience in improving academic success and college completion, particularly for students from underrepresented and marginalized communities. In 4 short months since his arrival, Dr. Sams' commitment to Old Westbury students and mission has won him the admiration, respect, affection, yes, the love of the entire Old Westbury community. His leadership promises to advance Old Westbury's impact on the local and global community and our standing as one of the most diverse colleges in the nation, with a commitment to educational excellence, access and equity, and once again, to building a more just and sustainable world.
Good afternoon, everyone. Checking to see if it was evening yet. Good afternoon. Before I give my quick remarks, I want to ask you to join me in thanking Dr. Anker for those wonderful words. Excellent job. I also want to ask you to join me in thanking Dr. Edwards, as well as Ms. Danielle Collins-Groner, and all of those who are here making today's event possible for you. Join me in thanking them. Thank you for that. On Sunday, virtually, we recognized approximately 1,400 undergrads and graduates who completed their studies here at Old Westbury. Unfortunately, because of the pandemic, we had to conduct the ceremony again virtually. But in my opinion, we did a great service to you as well as the college, and I hope you agree with that. However, today, we continue to honor you graduates with this recognition ceremony that's so well deserved. It is designed to allow you to have an in-person opportunity, and most especially, to get your final send-off from your professors. My job is to welcome you to today's ceremony. Let me tell you a secret. We also organize this ceremony so we can wear our regalia. And we wanted to see you in yours. So thanks for providing this opportunity for us to wear our regalia again and to strut around in our attire. But seriously, we owe you, graduates, an even greater note of gratitude for allowing us to be a part of your growth, your learning, your development over the last 2, 4, or 5 years. You have taught us more than you can imagine, and Dr. Anker spoke to that a few moments ago. It is really true that hardly a day goes by when you engage with students, when you sit back and listen to your brilliance, that you are not able to walk away having learned something. And we thank you for that opportunity and for your doing that to us. You know, in Ghana, West Africa, when you return home, you sit in the common area, the family room or living room, and the family member brings you a cold drink and they ask you a simple question upon which you are supposed to talk until you've shared everything. And that question is simply, what has happened in your life since we last saw you? They want to know from the day you walked out of that door and to that day when you return. What's happened in your life? Well, that question seems appropriate for this moment and for you. Since we last saw you, almost a year and a half ago, you worked. You took care of your families. Some of you said your final goodbyes to loved ones. You took to the street and organized against racial injustice, all while maintaining your focus on your goal of graduating and finishing this spring of 2021. So it's fair to say that you have stayed focused, stayed rigorous, and stayed committed to your future in that time that we last met. And because of that, today we are immensely proud of you. We honor you. We truly honor you. And we welcome you to your recognition ceremony. Thank you. While the focus of today is on our newest graduates, I'd be remiss if I didn't recognize a member of the faculty who is with us today. He was recognized during our virtual commencement on Sunday, but this is the first opportunity for me to meet him, and it is a pleasure meeting him and to formally recognize his achievement. With Dr. James Fornaro, Professor of Accounting, please step forward. Dr. Fornaro stands before us tonight as a recipient of the 2021 Suny Chancellor's Award for Excellence in Creative Research and Scholarship. This award recognizes faculty members who exhibit consistently outstanding scholarly and creative productivity conducted in addition to teaching. Dr. Fornaro has certainly done that. A recent study ranked Dr. Fornaro as 16th among academic authors for his contribution to the discipline's leading peer-reviewed journals. He uses his scholarship to test new ideas and interact with and receive feedback from scholars and practitioners nationally and internationally. And this is where you benefit. And then he incorporates that knowledge into the curriculum of our college. Please join me now in congratulating our 2021 Chancellor's Award for Excellence in Creative Research and Scholarship to Dr. James Fornaro. I don't have to chase you down. I can give it to you while you're here.
Okay, thank you.
Congratulations.
Okay, thank you very much.
I now ask Dr. Edwards to come back to the podium.
Thank you, Dr. Sams. And thank you again, and thank Dr. Anker for those encouraging and inspiring words. Can we show them a little gratitude? So before we move on with the ceremony as we draw to a conclusion, I wanted to ask you for two things, if we can make a deal on two things. Okay, so the first, as I was growing up, my mother always told me and my older brother and my younger sister that if you're fortunate enough, if you're blessed enough to achieve any level of success in life, remember that there were people all along the way there was somebody, and more likely several somebodies, who reached out a hand and helped you along. Okay? None of us makes it by ourselves, on our own. Okay? So one of the things that I want to ask you, one of the deals I hope you're willing to make, is that as you go out into the world, as Old Westbury alum, part of that 31,000 strong family globally that Dr. Anker mentioned, as you go out into the world as an alum of this proud institution, that you make a commitment to reach out to others, wherever your career path takes you, and however you get there, along the way, I guarantee you, you will have opportunities to help someone else, just as someone helped you. So, first part of the deal is, can I get a commitment from you, a promise from you that as those opportunities present themselves to you, that you will reach out and help? Can I get that? Okay. Second part of the deal is this. As we said, you are now alumni. Okay? And you may or may not know that no college, no university survives, much less thrives, without a strong alumni base. And you are now part of that strong alumni base. You make it stronger. Okay? So our hope is that you will promise and commit to it and stick with it. Our hope is that as you move forward, you will stay connected with the college. Our hope is that you will give back to the college. Now, when I say give back, you might be sitting there saying, is he like trying to hit on us for a donation? I'm not doing that now, but somebody will, and when they do, I hope you do the best you can to support the college. Okay, but there are other ways to give back and support the college as well. You might get a call and say, you know, we are having this event, and there'll be students there who want to learn about X, Y, or Z, and we know that's your area of expertise. Would you be willing to come back to the college and speak to the students? Okay? So our hope is that you will say yes, that you will be connected, that you will stay connected, that you will do for students coming behind you what others did for you as you were on your academic journey. Is Penny Chin? Yeah, Penny, if you see Penny in the back of the room raising her hand, Penny Chin is our Director of Alumni Affairs. She will be contacting you. She may have already contacted you. Okay, so when she does, please respond. Please keep the college in your hearts and your minds, and keep our students coming behind you in your hearts and minds. And again, do for them what someone did for you. Okay. Can I get that promise? Yes? I got to say, clapping is good. I like that. But a yes would be even better. So can we get that from you? Can we get that from you? What do you think? Okay, so thank you. Thank you. So before I give you sort of the guidelines on how we'll conclude our ceremony, I would just like to say that as you leave Old Westbury as alumni, go forth, go proudly, and go Old Westbury strong. So our ceremony will conclude as follows. Graduates will move row by row with the help of volunteer ushers starting from the back and move up to the podium. As you come up to the podium, you see over there next to John Butler, there's a screen there. That's our Zoom screen. If you see any of your professors in the Zoom screen, feel free to stop and give them a wave or say hello. Okay? Remember, as you come to the podium, to leave a little space. We're still practicing social distancing. Someone said earlier, but what about Madison Square Garden? They let 15,000 in there strong. We're not Madison Square Garden. So we're going to keep our social distancing. So remember to leave a space between you and the person ahead of you. Hand your yellow name card to Danielle. And when your name is called, cross the stage and stop for a photo with President Sams and wave to the camera to your loved ones who are watching from home or maybe in the parking lot or wherever they may be, but give them a wave. Faculty in attendance will greet you after your photo with President Sams. After being greeted by faculty and after you get your OW swag bag, courtesy of the Student Government Association, Student SGA President Khalif Metellus, right there. After you get your swag bag, come back to your seat for one last formality before we say goodbye today. Okay, so Dr. Sams, can I ask that you take your position in the center of the stage? Can I ask Provost Dr. Duncan Quallis to please come to the podium and read the names of the graduates? Okay. Yes, sir. And remember, we love you all. Do well. Make us proud.
Brandon Falcone, Bachelor of Science, Finance. Nicholas Lightburn, Bachelor of Science, Finance. Samantha Walker, Master of Science, Forensic Accounting. Iris Escobar, Master of Science, Forensic Accounting. Martin Henu, Bachelor of Science, Finance, cum laude. Mohammed Abid, Master of Science, Taxation. Belissa Tanis, Bachelor of Science, Finance, summa cum laude. Luis Peralta, Bachelor of Science, Finance. Noah Craig, Bachelor of Science, Finance. Quentin Bullis, Bachelor of Science, Finance. Kimberly Basile, Master of Science, Accounting. William Fisher, Master of Science, Accounting. Editor Bonica, Bachelor of Science, Finance. Samia Akram, Bachelor of Science, Finance. Julia DeLauro, Bachelor of Science, Finance, cum laude. Ashley DeSena, Master of Science, Taxation. Irvin Avalos, Bachelor of Science, Finance, summa cum laude.
That's the last one. It's your day. You take your time. We can wait. May I ask the staff and faculty to please stand up, turn to our graduates, and give them a rousing round of applause. Congratulations. Final formality is to take your hand, take your tassel, and move it to the right side of your mortarboard, please. On the count of three, we're going to move it from your right side to your left side, and you will officially graduated twice from Old Westbury, right? First class to have graduated twice, okay? 1, 2, 3. Our ceremony has concluded. You can go be with your family, take pictures, see your professors one last time. But congratulations, class of 2021.